Sacramento Kings.
It's Sactown Sports.
It's time for game night, getting you ready for Sacramento Kings basketball.
He's got the bucket!
Game night is presented by Power Business Technology, your locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Contact them at 844-POWER-BZ or visit them at powercopiers.com. Here's your host, Scott Marsh, alongside the high flyer, Henry Turner.
And a very pleasant good morning to you. Welcome into game day. Being brought to you live from the Chase Center. We are in San Francisco getting ready for Game 4 of the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. Scott Marsh along with the high flyer, Henry Turner. Hopefully you are enjoying your weekend. You're getting ready for the 12:30 marquee matchup today. Kings and Warriors. Sacramento leading the series 2-1. Each team has held home court serve. The Warriors winning 114-97 on Thursday, a game they led wire to wire as the Kings struggled to shoot the basketball. That's putting it mildly, as they were 25% from three-point land and just over 30% from the field as they lost by 17 points. The Kings will try to regroup today. We'll see what kind of effort they can put on the boards. Kayvon Looney destroyed the Kings with his rebounding. Offensive rebounding was certainly a key part of it for the Warriors as well. They got all the 50-50 balls. They've got some momentum back. Again, for Looney, it was a 20-rebound effort for him as the Kings will try to steal one on the road here, Henry. First of all, good to see you on a Sunday morning. I know you stayed down here during the weekend,
yes,
soaked in San Francisco, and I'm sure you had a nice time.
You know what? It was cool, Scott. I mean, being here in Frisco, just catching a different vibe, being around in the city. The weather was nice. And you know, the funny thing was, Scott, now we know what happened in Sacramento with, the E40 situation,
yes,
the Draymond Green situation. So I was thinking that, okay, I'm out in San Francisco and I'm repping all my Kings gear. I'm Kings gear down.
Yep.
And it was so funny, man. Everywhere I went and I had my sweatsuit on, I had my hat on.
Yep.
Fans were screaming, "Light the beam."
Yes.
And it came to me that even though they are Golden State Warrior fans, because I doubt very seriously that we got Kings fans in San Francisco, but everywhere I went, people were on the light the beam thing. That light the beam gimmick has really caught fire, man. And everybody who watches NBA basketball, they love it.
They know all about it, and it certainly is captivating. And to your point today, pulling into the parking lot, several Kings fans also pulling in. And we saw Kings fans here on Thursday. Obviously, it was the gold out as they passed out the gold-blooded shirts for the Warriors. They're going to do so today, so it kind of wiped away a lot of the purple that was here. But there was a good representation of Kings fans here on Thursday night.
Yes, there were Kings fans in the building, no doubt. But I was just shocked as I walked around San Francisco, how many people were on board with it. It was cool. But, at the end of the day, I'm with you. These Kings players have to really understand what's at front of them and the task at hand.
They do. It's a national TV game, 12:30, the prime time matchup. And you mentioned E40. Of course, he was here on Thursday. He was a hero here.
Oh, yeah, he's the mayor here.
He is. They loved him. And, of course, Sabonis, public enemy number one in Golden State, getting booed every time.
Numero uno. Scott, this might be the first year I've actually probably paid attention to this, but it has definitely stayed true. When these fans get on you, they don't quit.
Yep.
Usually back in my day, you only got booed when you got introduced. If you was public enemy number one, boo, you knew it was coming. These fans booed Sabonis every time he touched the ball. Even we were down 20, they were still boo every time he touched the basketball. I'm like, man, give this kid a break.
Yeah, they were all over him. And for the Kings, it was disappointing because the Warriors, all in all, didn't really play their A game. I mean, Steph Curry had 36, and, Kayvon Looney was too much rebounding-wise, but I didn't feel like it was the best game for the Warriors, who were in a must-win scenario. The Kings just came out. It seemed a little lackluster. They weren't getting the 50-50 balls. They weren't doing a good job on the defensive glass.
Scott, when you talk about the overall scheme, Did the Kings let a huge opportunity slip between their fingers? Yes, they did. Because think about it. If you have a game, first number one, with no Draymond Green,
Yep.
okay, they're down 2-0. Their back's against the wall. Steph Curry comes out and have a Steph-type night. We know that. I mean, for Steph to get 36, that's nothing. It's nothing special. Our eyebrows don't even raise to say Steph got 36. Okay, Klay Thompson struggled.
Yeah.
Okay, Klay struggled. Jordan Poole struggled. Didn't have a particularly good game. And you would think with all of those entities in a row, the Kings would have came in here and won that game. So they let that slip big time. So now, here we are. You're looking at the champs again.
Yep.
In their building. Draymond's coming back. Okay, once again, you know Steph is capable of getting 36. Whether he does or don't, it raises, our eyebrows don't raise. But if you get a regular Steph, now Klay warms up, right?
Yep.
Draymond is facilitating.
Yep.
GP2 is back defending. Yep. And you got Jordan Poole knocking down shots. And these guys understanding if they get this game, they right back where they need to be. 2-2 is dead even. This is a tall hill to climb.
It is. If somehow the Kings could steal a game 4, go home 3-1 with a chance to close out on Wednesday night. Obviously, Kayvon Looney was huge in the game. Those 20 rebounds, the most combination of points and rebounds and assists for a Warrior since Nate Thurmond back in 1972. That's how good that effort was. And what can the Kings do against Kayvon Looney? We talked about it going into the series. We talked about how great a rebounder he is, particularly on the offensive side. He had 9 offensive rebounds Thursday night.
You know, I was so upset with the Kings on the effort side with that. You know, understanding that rebounding the basketball is more so an effort thing than it is a talent thing. You know, Kayvon Looney is very good at rebounding the basketball. It's because of this guy. He don't want to do anything else but rebound the basketball. So he's going after every rebound there is, and rightfully so. You should get some. Mm-hmm. But I really thought the Sacramento Kings, they didn't put a body on him. You know, they didn't, even stress that he's going to the rebound every last single time. And at the end of the night, it was one of those situations to where, do you really want to give Steph Curry a second shot?
The kick out 3 at the half was
a second chance
big time. It made it a double-digit lead at halftime.
You know what? Let's go back to game 2. That last shot Steph Curry got to tie the game up, he missed the first one. Okay?
Yep.
Do you really want to give him a rebound and kick it back out to him again?
No.
Do you want to bet on that?
No.
Exactly. So those are the things you can't let happen, to where you give those guys second chance. I'm like, if you say Steph Curry gets 2 shots, you say Klay Thompson gets 2 shots, Jordan Poole, and even Wiggins get 2 shots at a three-pointer,
you're done.
You're done. You're done.
Speaking of the three-point shooting, I mean, these numbers, let's just go all around. So the Kings were 11 of 47 from downtown, 23.5%. They were 38% from the field, 35 of 92, and they shot under 70% from the line, 16 of 23. How do we explain those numbers?
I have no idea. Scott, from day one, from the very first game, the Kings haven't particularly shot the ball well. But they were able, and I really felt like Malik Monk was charged with this. They were still able to get down into the teeth of the defense and get to the basket and score. Sabonis was able to score around the basket. They just didn't elect to come down and live and die with that three-point shot.
Yep.
Last game, that's what they did. The last game, they really elected to play outside basketball. And are you really want to come in here and play outside basketball with these guys?
You don't.
No. I mean, they only had Looney. Draymond was out.
Yep.
Everybody else besides Looney is 6'7", 6'8". Looney only 6'9". He's just got long arms. At the end of the day, they should have threw the ball into Sabonis and really checked out and seen what Sabonis can do one-on-one. Maybe if he get Looney into foul trouble, now you're in good shape.
Yep, and let's talk about Sabonis a little bit. I mean, he had his double-double on Thursday night, 15 points, 16 rebounds. But obviously, he's had a tough time against Kayvon Looney. To me, this is kind of, I think something he needs to do. They're obviously playing back on him. Looney's playing into the lane. Sabonis is open for that elbow jumper. I feel like if he would take a couple of those early in the game, make a couple of those, it might change just the whole dynamic of everything.
I think that would help him out, Scott. But I think more so is when Sabonis is leading our offense. He's leading the transition, which he does a lot. He brings the basketball up. Kayvon Looney is just sitting down in the paint, waiting on him.
Exactly.
Or even sometimes he's backpedaling along the side of Sabonis. If Sabonis just keeps going to the basket, he can score a lot of times because Kayvon Looney is not in a defensive stand.
Yeah.
He's not in the position to stop him from getting to the basket.
Right. But trying to ram Kayvon Looney isn't going to work bully ball style. I mean, Sabonis is strong and he does it against a lot of guys. Kayvon Looney is sneaky strong. I realize the guy's 6'7", maybe 6'8" at best, but he is built like a brick wall up top.
Well, I mean, he's built like a redwood tree.
Yes.
He's just thick.
He is.
You know, and understand that. But at the end of the day, I think Sabonis can get around him. I think Sabonis can beat him to the basket. But, you know, now it's going to be a different situation because you got Draymond Green lurking. You know, he's one of the best off-ball defenders this league has. You know, he's very, very smart when it comes down to playing team defense. So now you got to worry about him. But I thought they really let that slip, you know, last game, because if you get around Kayvon Looney, well, the other guys are three-point shooters. They're not nowhere in the paint. There's nothing else in the paint.
Yep. No, that's true. And it's interesting. Without Draymond on Thursday, Steve Kerr, his adjustments were subtle but very interesting. First of all, he substituted when Davion came in for De'Aaron Fox. He took Curry out. Usually Curry plays the entire first quarter, but he was matching minutes to get Curry off the floor when Davion was back. And I thought that was very interesting in terms of trying to save some wear and tear on Steph. And then also the small ball. DiVincenzo came off the bench. Poole started, but DiVincenzo played 27 minutes. Moody was effective, 13 points in 16 minutes. They didn't go to the big size a lot. It was the small ball that really hurt the Kings.
No, because they didn't have nobody there. You know,
well, I mean, they could have played Kuminga more. He ended up playing 13 minutes. JaMychal Green got 10.
Well, Kuminga is 6'7".
Yeah, no, he's not huge. To your point, yes,
exactly. He's a small forward, if you ask me.
Yeah,
you know, they play him at the 4, but
sure. Bigger than Moody.
Right. He's a small forward. So at the end of the day, yes, they went to play small ball. I really thought Harrison Barnes could have been a big time factor down in the low post. You know, the Kings had nothing in the paint. They scored. I mean, they got killed in paint points.
Yep.
You know, and at the end of the day, they went. Steve Kerr went to a matchup zone, and ran it against the Kings, and the Kings still wasn't able to get into the middle and score. So, you know, with that being said, I said it the last time on the air. I'm like, a blueprint to beat the Kings. Have we seen it?
Mm-hmm.
Have Steve Kerr figured it out?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just as Mike Brown is a hell of a coach, we love him. We love everything he do. Well, you have to understand, he comes from Steve Kerr's school of teaching. So both of those guys, they know how to coach, and they can definitely see what's going on out there and make adjustments.
They can. All right. When we come back, we'll talk about some of the adjustments we might see for Game 4. Game day underway. It's the Kings and the Warriors. The Kings trying to get one here at Chase Center, go home with a commanding 3-1 lead. The Warriors want to tie things up in this series. Game day is always brought to you by Power Business Technology. Experience for yourself how the Power of Family can help you with all your business copier needs. Give them a call today, 1-844-POWER-BZ, or go to powercopiers.com. More of Game Day on the road in San Francisco right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sactown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Get to Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
After months of rain and mud, nothing beats a fresh pair of work boots. At Work World, it's the perfect time to gear up with new Wolverine boots during our annual spring sale. Wolverine boots have been trusted by American workers for over a century, and new innovative technology like Ultra Spring cushioning will have your feet thanking you on the job site. Shop Wolverine and find great limited time deals on workwear and boots during the spring sale at Work World. Find your local store and shop online at workworld.com.
Hey, Scott, you look great.
Yeah, I'm feeling good and have a new job.
No, there's something different about the way you look.
To be honest, a few months ago, I had an amazing robotic hair transplant procedure at Excel Medicine. It's called the artist procedure.
No way. Your hair looks completely natural, and you don't even have a scar. How did they do that?
Dude, the artist system is amazing. I have this fantastic hairline, and I'm happy with my results. Excel Medicine could probably help you too, buddy.
Using the artist procedure, Dr. Singh and Dr. Graywall can target and harvest healthy hair follicles with micron-level accuracy from the back of your head and transplant them where you need it. The procedure is painless, and you'll be back doing your regular activities in a couple of days. Ask Dr. Singh and Dr. Graywall at Excel Medicine about the artist procedure. Call today, 916-932-4470. That's 932-4470 for a complimentary in-person or Zoom consultation. Or on the web at excelmedicine.com. That's EXCEL medicine.com. See what the artist procedure can do for you.
These are actors and not real patients.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save on the brands you trust. Right now, buy a select Bosch 12-volt bare tool starting at $99 and get a Bosch 12-volt battery starter kit free. Plus, as an MVPs member, earn up to 3 times the bonus points when you buy select products that you can then redeem for rewards. Because Lowe's knows savings, Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See sales associate for details. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid through 4/28. Subject to change.
Selling your home can be stressful. Scott Marsh here to tell you about Bridgehaven Homes. They are a local home buying company that offers homeowners an easier way to sell their home. Let Shane and his team at bridgehavenhomes.com take that stress away. Bridgehaven Homes gives you an all-cash offer for your home, no matter what the condition, within 24 hours. You pick the date you wish to close and sell on your terms. No repairs, no showings, and no realtor commissions. Call 916-299-6040 or bridgehavenhomes.com.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Welcome back into Game Day. We are coming to you live from the Chase Center. We're in San Francisco. It's the Kings and the Warriors. The country getting ready to watch this game today. 12:30 tip here in San Francisco. Scott Marsh along with the high flyer Henry Turner, breaking things down, trying to figure out what the Kings need to do. The counter what the Warriors did in Game 3. It is a chess match, and of course we talked about Steve Kerr and Mike Brown. They know each other so well. They've spent time coaching together for many years. We know their story. Steve Kerr made the adjustments in Game 3. We'll see what Mike Brown does here today. We'll get into that in just a little bit. But Henry, we've got to talk about the rook, Keegan Murray. And obviously it's been a tough first 3 games for him. 6 points, which is his playoff high he got on Thursday night, but he was 2 of 7 floor, 1 of 5 from distance. And he got those points late in the game when basically all the subs were out there. We've talked about Keegan from the very beginning, like how poised he looked, and he's beyond his years. And like everything we've seen, nothing's been too big for him in the moment, right? It feels like maybe finally it's caught up with the rook.
Well, you know, Scott, this is a hell of a stage, okay? You know, you have to look at everything that's going on, right?
Yep.
You're on the basketball team that's basically made history. You're good, you know. 16-year drought. You finally snapped that. You're in the playoffs. Now, all of a sudden, you say, okay, the intensity rises, all right? You know, everything that goes along with, the bump and grind rises up.
Yep.
All right. You're a rookie. You never experienced this type of defense being played, this type of pressure. All right. And then, number 3, you're looking down the throats of the championship Golden State Warriors.
Yes.
So that's a lot to take in. And you're not particularly shooting the ball well.
Nope.
So I honestly think Keegan Murray is in the mode of, I don't want to make a mistake.
Yes. And you mentioned it. We were talking about it off the air a little bit, but you notice with Keegan, the moment he's getting the ball, his first reaction, he's passing.
He don't even look at the rim. If it's not a 3-point shot, now, I will say this. His first 2 shots, he's looking. If those first 2 shots don't drop, the rest of the night is catch and kick. Catch and kick. Move the basketball. And that's the sign of a young man that's like, he's not being aggressive as far as looking for his. He's just trying to maintain and swing the ball so he don't make a mistake.
Some rookie nerves. And it's understandable.
Oh, no doubt. Believe me, I'm not pointing the finger at Keegan no way, no how, because I understand this is a very, very tough situation to deal with when you're a rookie.
No doubt. This is a pros game. And, Keegan, again, with time, his body will fill out, but the physicality might be just a bit much at the moment as well.
I don't think it has nothing to do with his body because, the dude is 6'9", 6'10". He's long, he's lean. He can shoot, he can score. I think it's all mental right now because he hasn't been in this situation, Scott. We're talking about the NBA playoff.
Oh, yeah. No.
This isn't college.
The brightest light.
This isn't just the regular season. We're talking about look at where we're playing. This is the home of the champs. These guys put on rings at the beginning of this year. And they know how to escalate everything that they need to win basketball games. So, it's not a regular game you're stepping into. This is a tough situation.
The paraphrase, we're not in Iowa anymore, Keegan.
Hey, you know what? You can't click your heels 3 times and go back to Kansas.
Speaking of the bench, because the bench wasn't very good on Thursday night either. Obviously, Malik Monk was sensational in the first 2 home games, particularly on Saturday, that game 1 where he went for 32. It was just a 4-point night for Monk in 25 minutes. Davian Mitchell led all bench scores with just 5 points. What happened to the bench collectively on Thursday?
I honestly felt like the Golden State Warriors came out aggressive. They came out hungry, and rightfully so, Scott. They down 2-0, and you're coming back to your home. So, the Golden State Warriors look at this situation as really the Kings haven't did anything. They did what they were supposed to do now with the whole home court. So now the Golden State Warriors is looking like, okay, we need to do what we need to do now, and that's to do what? That's to win 2 on their home floor. So, they came out very aggressive because they had to do that. Now, I'll tell you what, if the Warriors win this game, they're back in the driver's seat because they're like, okay, fellas, we're back.
All the pressure goes back to Sacramento.
The pressure goes back to Sacramento. But let's flip the script. If the Kings find their way to win this game tonight, I think the series over with. Because I think the Kings can go back to Sacramento and win.
Well, no question. I mean, the Warriors have been a terrible road team. They'd have to win twice in Sacramento.
And they have proven that on the road, they do not play exceptionally well. So, understanding that, this is why this game tonight, I mean, all of these games have been big for the Kings. But when you look at what's going on, Scott, it's extremely a very important game like the last game. The Golden State Warriors are giving the Kings an opening. And it's there. It's a huge opening. So they just need to step through it and get it done.
Yeah, no doubt. Obviously, without Draymond on Thursday, we talked about it, but Moses Moody, who really hasn't been used very much, he was instrumental coming off that bench. In 16 minutes, we talked about it, 13 points, had 3 rebounds. He was a game changer.
Scott, everybody in the Golden State Warrior uniform was hungry. Everybody. And rightfully so. I know they had that conversation in that locker room, fellas. Everybody, Draymond's not here, so we're going to need each and every last one of you guys to give 20% more of what you do. So you're going to have to come out and bring that extra energy, that extra effort. And everybody on that bench did that.
They did. We talked about the adjustments and what Steve Kerr did in Game 3. If you're Mike Brown today, we talk about the shooting percentage. The Kings were anemic from distance, 11 of 47. Mike Brown in the post-game interview said, you know what, we got a lot of good shots. They just didn't go. Did you feel that way, or do they have to make some adjustments to get a Kevin Huerter going, to get possibly Keegan going again?
I thought they had decent shots, Scott. My thing is, at the end of the day, there's more to basketball than the three-point shot. You know, your basketball IQ has to kick in at some particular point and say, okay, fellas, we just took the last 6 three-pointers. None of them has fallen. How about let's do a pick and roll and get somebody going downhill to the basket?
Yeah. How about just the overall crowd environment? I know you've been here before. My first time inside the building on Thursday night. How you gauged it, and obviously they were on Sabonis. Did the environment have a factor on the Kings? And if so, do you think they'll be better prepared today for just the externals?
Well, I think the environment didn't hurt the Kings at all. I think the environment really impelled the Warriors. You know, you're in your building and your crowd is behind you so tough. You get that 6-man factor.
Yeah.
You know, you understand. You got 17, 18,000 behind you, you know, rooting you on. So, yeah, you really give something extra. So I don't think it hurt the Kings more, but I think it added more so to the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, specifically with Looney, Sabonis is getting most of the work against him, but it's got to be collective team defensive rebounding. It's not really fair just to leave Sabonis on an island to go against Looney on the glass, is it?
Well, first of all, mano a mano, you have to guard your man. You have to block out your man. Do I think Sabonis is capable of blocking out Looney? 100%. But do I think that the Sacramento Kings guards and the complementary players have to block out their guys? No doubt. It wasn't just Looney that was grabbing rebounds. Okay, he didn't grab all of them. He grabbed a lot, but he didn't grab all of them. And I know Sabonis went in and watched them and said, whoa, this dude was just going around me and getting rebounds. I have to do a better job. And if the Kings, the rest of the complementary guys, at least put a body on their guys, because they got to understand, everybody's back now.
Yep.
You know, GP2 is one of the best rebounding guards in the league. You're going to have to put a body on that guy.
No, to your point, it's a great one because every starter had at least 5 rebounds for the Warriors. Poole had 5, Thompson had 5, Curry had 6, Wiggins had 7, DiVincenzo off the bench had 7. So Looney, of course, gets the attention with the 20 rebounds and the 9 offensive ones, but it was collectively what everybody else did.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, Sabonis, you got to do an extra job against Looney. We know he's a rebounding marvel. Okay, that's been said. But everybody else in the Kings uniform, you better touch your man. You better be able to face guard, do whatever it is you got to do to make sure your guy don't get that rebound.
Yeah, the Kings were out rebounding 59-53 on Thursday, 18-13 on the offensive glass. All right, when we come back, we'll go around the league. There's 3 other playoff games going on today. One in action, Cleveland in New York. We'll get you caught up on Game 4 of that series. We'll also go back to yesterday. The Sixers close out the Nets without Embiid. The Lakers blow out the Grizz. They go up 2-1. Dylan Brooks gets ejected. We'll talk about that. You got to explain to me the NBA and all these shots being taken at other people's lower sections, Henry. Maybe you've got some idea as to why, because I sure don't. But we'll talk about that and a lot more. It's game day coming to you live from the Chase Center. We're getting you ready for Game 4 of the series between the Kings and the Warriors right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sactown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into 3. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
At the Gonzalez Law Office, we focus on trials and litigation to achieve the best result. For over a decade, Jonathan Gonzalez has conducted more than 60 jury trials to verdict, and since 2016 has only lost 2. We understand how to fight for our clients and make sure our clients get the best results. We don't settle for less, and neither should you. Call us to handle all your criminal and injury cases. 916-304-9187. That's 916-304-9187. Or visit us at saclegaldefense.com.
Hi, this is Henry Turner, a.k.a. the High Flyer. I've done a lot of amazing things on the basketball floor, but now it's your turn to be amazing. For more than 55 years, Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Sacramento has helped out the youth beat many odds. Too many littles, especially boys, are still waiting for volunteers, Big Brothers. Volunteers to spend at least 4 to 6 hours a month with local youth who needs guidance and support. So donate your time to Big Brothers and Big Sisters of the greater Sacramento area. Get involved. It's easy as a layup. Call 916 846-646-9300.
After months of rain and mud, nothing beats a fresh pair of work boots. At Work World, it's the perfect time to gear up with new Wolverine boots during our annual spring sale. Wolverine boots have been trusted by American workers for over a century, and new innovative technology like Ultra Spring cushioning will have your feet thanking you on the job site. Shop Wolverine and find great limited time deals on workwear and boots during the spring sale at Work World. Find your local store and shop online at workworld.com.
Folsom Lake Ford has trucks. The F-150s are here. Explorers, Expeditions, and a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. They're in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, your truck headquarters, right here in Sacramento for your favorite Ford models at good, fair prices. Short on cash? Buy any new Ford with zero down. Save big with low interest finance rates. Plus, Folsom Lake Ford is paying top dollar for all trades. We want your vehicle regardless of mileage or condition. This could be the best time to buy a new Ford. Check out the huge inventory online at folsomlakeford.com or stop by the dealership and see the most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 30 years. FolsomLakeFord.com. 0
down with approved credit.
In business, everything your employees do impacts your brand, including what they wear. Cintas has high-performance workplace apparel for almost every job imaginable. From work shirts and pants, to polos and khakis, to Oxfords or T-shirts, these clothes move, breathe, and look great. Your team gets the styles they like, you convey the image you want. And Cintas service includes weekly laundry and delivery. To learn more, visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Uma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Uma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Uma?
Yep. Switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Uma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
Welcome back into Game Day. Scott Marsh along with the high flyer Henry Turner. We're at the Chase Center. Game 4. An hour away from tipping off here. Crucial game in this 7-game series. The Kings can go up 3-1. The Warriors can tie and hold serve at home. Steph Curry getting his work in right now. And high flyer, it's so fun to watch Steph Curry. Obviously, the dribbling exposition, his half-court shots, all of that stuff we know about. They're legendary and is part of his pregame routine. But, right now he's just putting up a lot of mid-range jumpers. And, it's like every shot has a purpose with him. His pregame routine, even though it gets all the attention for the acrobatics, it's a mission to get him ready for the game. It's almost militaristic in what he's doing and the habits and everything that he's working through right now.
People just think he's just shooting up. He's just shooting the ball. He's just throwing the basketball up.
Yep.
It's not that. He's taking shots, Scott, that where he's going to be in the offense and where he wants to get to. The shots that where he's taking them from are the spots that he wants to get to within their offense. Like right now, the dribble, the Euro to the left hand. And then he'll do that exact same move in Euro to the right hand. It's definitely a method to the madness of what he does. And, and he's so methodical at it, man. I just like watching the young man work and how he go by all that he does.
There's no doubt that his workout is epic and legendary, and that's why he's one of the all-time greats. Sabonis warming up for the Kings. He's working on his three-point shot. We'll see if Sabonis is a little more aggressive from outside in today's game. He's been a little reluctant to take the mid-range and outside jumpers in this series. All right, we'll break down the series in the next segment. Let's go around the NBA. Let's look at our playoff scoreboard right now. Our playoff scoreboard is being brought to you by Maida Subaru. Maida Subaru, caring for our community and our customers for over 30 years now. One game going on. It's in the Garden, and the Knicks leading the Cavs 55-51. This has been a tremendous series. The Knicks leading the series 2-1, so another pivotal game 4 right now. If the Knicks can win at home, they'd be up 3-1 with a chance to close it out in Cleveland.
Wow, now that would be tough. I mean, no one ever expected the Knicks to bounce back the way they are, and really how they're pushing the Cleveland Cavaliers all the way to the break. Early on, we thought the Cleveland Cavaliers were going to be one of the top 4 teams coming out of the East. But, man, that just goes to show playoff basketball is a whole different animal.
It is. And if the Knicks win, their opponent you would think would be Milwaukee. But Milwaukee lost last night to Miami. They're down 2-1 in that series. Giannis did not play again last night. I don't think there's any doubt that he'll play in a Game 4 situation. But right now, the Heat... with a great chance to win that opening round series.
Right. When you have a questionable Giannis about, thinking, well, what is he going to be able to do? What is he going to be able to bring? Even if he's going to be on the floor. So, the Miami Heat are definitely in a good spot right now.
They are. Now, Jimmy Butler got hurt late in that game. He fell on his back, sore back situation. We'll see what that means throughout the series. He did not return late in that game. Miami was up pretty comfortably. And then it was tough to watch, too. Victor Oladipo went out with an apparent knee injury in that game as well. And you just hate, you hate for anybody to get injured, but of course, Victor Oladipo, we know about his injuries with his knee and coming back and being a big part of the Heat. Boy, you just really hate to see that.
You do. You don't want to see any basketball player go down because of injury. But, at the end of the day, we always have people ask these questions about how intense and how tough is playoff basketball. Well, you're starting to see it's very intense, it's very hard, it's very physical. Playoff basketball is a whole different animal, Scott.
It's a different season, no doubt. Later on today, after Kings and Warriors, it's the Celtics and the Hawks. Atlanta was able to steal Game 3. They've got a chance to even it up on their home floor later on today. And the nightcap, Denver can sweep Minnesota at the Target Center in Minneapolis with a win tonight. They're up 3-0, and you feel like Denver in a great position to advance to round 2.
You feel like Denver is doing exactly what they need to do as the number 1 seed. Come in, hit hard, get their season, get their series over with, and go home and rest some more and wait on the next one because they're definitely trying to get prepared for the long run.
Yes, they are. All right, scores from yesterday. The Sixers without Embiid, nursing a sore knee himself, able to win in Brooklyn. They close out the Nets 96-88. Tobias Harris, who has been a little bit forgotten with Maxey and Harden and Embiid, he had a big game, 25 and 12 for the 76ers. They move on to round 2, where most likely it'll be a showdown against the Celtics.
That's going to be tough right there. That's where the rubber hits the road. That's why I like the playoffs. That first round, you get a chance to give some other teams a chance to see what they can do. But that second round is a monster.
That is a monster. Boston, Philly would be special. Of course, Atlanta still would like to have something to say about that. The Suns and Clippers, no Kawhi in Game 4, and the Suns able to prevail in L.A. Clippers played well again, got 37 from Westbrook. It wasn't enough. KD, 31, 11, and 6. Now they're in the driver's seat, up 3-1, a chance to close out in Phoenix in Game 5.
Yeah, the scary thing about that whole scenario right there, Scott, is that you are giving the Phoenix Suns time to get jailed. For those guys to get acclimated, for KD to get comfortable. And when that happens, you talk about numbers game. Come on, man. It can't get any better for the Phoenix Suns.
No doubt. Well, Durant's played 12 games for the Suns this year. You want to venture a guess at their record?
No, I don't even want to guess. Go ahead.
11-1.
11-1.
With KD.
And he's just now getting comfortable.
Yep. And somebody asked the question afterwards, KD, are you trying to pace yourself? You've played multiple 40-minute games in the playoffs. Can you keep up that pace? And he looked at the reporter as if like he was from another planet, given one of those looks like that's the dumbest question ever. And he just responded, well, what do you think? What are you seeing out there?
I mean, that's the goal.
He goes, I want to play 48 minutes every game.
That's the goal. Championship. Do what you got to do to get there.
Yeah, no, he's looking good, and obviously he's in good shape. And him and Booker, Boy, what a 1-2 punch.
Yeah. I mean, you
throwing Chris Paul.
You know, you talk about the MIDI committee.
Yes.
That's definitely them. Those guys are mid-range killers. Even though they can step out and get it done from the three-point range, but they elect to play that mid-range game, man, and they're so efficient at it.
Yep.
I mean, that's what makes them so dangerous.
No doubt. And, we've got to give Westbrook his props, too. A 37-point effort, no PG, then no Kawhi the last two. He's shown, again, why Russell Westbrook is one of the best players in the league and one of the all-time greats.
But, Scott, haven't I always said Russell Westbrook is going to be great on a team to where he is a volume player, a volume shooter. He's going to be good. But when you put him in a situation to where you're only going to get 8-10 touches, you're not going to get the best out of Russell.
Yep.
He's got to be a volume type guy.
Yep. Well, he's shining in LA, but they just don't have enough to compete with Phoenix. And the Suns and Nuggets, boy, what a series that could be in round two.
Yeah, that would be it. Phoenix, I'm glad we're not on that side. I'm glad we're on the other side. When the Kings get Golden State out the way, I'm going to be very optimistic. When the Kings knock Golden State out the way, we get a chance to see the Lakers of Memphis. And I feel good about either one of those if the Kings are looking at them.
All right. We saved the best part for last. Let's talk Lakers Grizz. LA wins 111-101. They open up a 35-9 first quarter lead. It's the largest lead after one period in an NBA playoff game in history. So Dylan Brooks talked all his smack after game two, called LeBron old, said he wished he had seen him back in his Cleveland days. Then he takes a shot at him in his groin, gets ejected in that game, does nothing, and the Lakers now up 2-1 in that series. And again, explain it to me. I don't understand all the shots from below we're seeing across the board in these series. I mean, obviously, we know what Draymond did with his foot. We've seen Embiid. We've now seen Dylan Brooks. I don't understand it.
I don't understand either. Stupidity. Straight stupidity. Right now, Joel Embiid, did he get suspended for that?
He did not.
He needs to be lucky.
Now, he sat out game 4 because of knee soreness.
I bet. That knee that he kicked him in the groin was very sore, wasn't it?
But, I mean, and again, there's no consistency here. I mean, Draymond Green gets a game suspension. Embiid doesn't even get ejected from the game. Harden looks like it's a common foul. He gets ejected. And then now Dylan Brooks, what he did, he gets ejected from last night's game. Who knows if he's going to get suspended or not? It happened last night. The league could still come back and suspend them. But it's what's the rule here?
I think I've seen Wojo post out there that he just got the flagrant.
It's been official?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's no suspension right there. But, a lot of these guys, man, it's like straight stupidity. And to get back to the Memphis, L.A. thing,
yes,
Dylan Brooks needs to be slapped.
Yeah.
It's like, really, bro? Are you really? I mean, it's just certain guys.
Yeah.
You don't want to wake up. If it's a guy to where he's just going through the motions, just getting the job done, you don't want to poke the bear with LeBron James.
Does 31-17 sound old to you?
You don't want to poke the bear with Steph Curry. Yeah. You don't want to poke the bear, Kevin Durant. You can go down to Tatum. You can either slide over to Embiid. Yeah. You don't want to poke the bear with those type players who can just take over a game. You're not that guy.
Yeah, I don't get it either. But LeBron had a great game last night. The Lakers, they get 2-1 in the series. Now, John Morant did play. He was spectacular. He had a big fourth quarter. Game was over at that point, but he finished with 45 points, 13 assists, and 9 rebounds.
Now, that's the one thing that's good for Memphis, to get Ja back and get him in a situation to where he's feeling good about playing basketball again. So if you get that back and you add your guys back, boy, I honestly think they're missing their two bigs, though. The two bigs is very critical to them.
No Clark, no Adams.
Yeah, JJ has to do a lot of the dirty work by himself now.
Yep.
And he can't be that great off-ball defender, kind of like what Draymond Green does here.
Yep, for sure. It'll be interesting. The Grizz have one more chance in LA to tie up the series before it goes back to Memphis. But the Lakers are up 2-1. And the Kings are up 2-1 right now. Same side of the bracket.
Yeah, buddy.
We can't project forward. We understand that, but we know what is potentially looming.
Oh, man. I'm ready for it. You have no idea. I'm rolling like a big shot. Chevy tuned up like a NASCAR pit stop. I'm ready.
We ready, but we got to get ready for Game 4 first. When we come back, we will break down what the Kings and Warriors will be doing here at 12:30 this afternoon. All right, Game Day is always brought to you by the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Sacramento. If you have a heart of service and you want to do something good in our community, consider Big Brothers and Big Sisters. So many kids aged 7 to 18 being raised by single parents. They could use a mentor. Perhaps that's you. Give Big Brothers Big Sisters a call, 916-646-9300, or visit bbbs-sac.org to learn more. When we come back, we'll get you the Who's on the Floor report. We'll get you ready for this afternoon's game. Kings and Warriors, we're at the Chase Center. It's Sactown Sports. 11:40, and there's Draymond Green.
Catch every Niners game right here.
It's a new partnership. It's a new day. We're going to be able to build some things together, but let's not fool anybody. This has always been a Niners town.
Here's Purdy out of the gun looking for McCaffrey on the goal line. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports, your official home for 49ers football in the 916.
California, the birthplace of all things cool. Beautiful people, perfect beaches, and cruising with the top down on Route 66. It does get quite hot here, though, so now that spring has sprung, Ace Plumbing Heating and Air is offering a full air conditioning system inspection and tune-up for just $66. Call 455-4548 and just say Route 66 to get your kicks and stay cool. Ace Plumbing Heating and Air, 455-4548 or at aceplumbing.com.
After months of rain and mud, nothing beats a fresh pair of work boots. At Work World, it's the perfect time to gear up with new Wolverine boots during our annual spring sale. Wolverine boots have been trusted by American workers for over a century, and new innovative technology like Ultra Spring cushioning will have your feet thanking you on the job site. Shop Wolverine and find great limited time deals on workwear and boots during the spring sale at Work World. Find your local store and shop online at workworld.com.
Kevin Lewis of National Garage Door. Whether you need to repair a broken spring, install a new opener, or buy a quality Rainer door, National Garage Door is here for you. Call us today to see how we can transform your house with a new garage door.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
Progressive protects more than just your home and car. You could save when you bundle your motorcycles, ATVs, boats, and RVs. Doesn't that sound good? Like the sound of the wind in the trees as your RV sits parked in the forest. Is that the call of the majestic owl? And there's the sound of the tree branch crashing into the roof of your RV. Oof, I guess their nest was in that branch. But you know what does sound good? You're covered with Progressive. So bundle all your vehicles and home in one place and save with the multi-policy discount. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers.
Carmichael Dave here, welcoming back my dear friends at Fire Wings. 21 different flavors. I had 4 of those 21 Saturday for the game, watching with the family. As always, breaded Malaysian curry. Yeah, you better bet I got that curry. Knocked it out of the park, too. Go to firewings.com to make your order. That's what we did. We ordered 2 hours in advance, picked it up. There's nothing better for the game than Fire Wings. Check out the locations nearest you. Fire Wings, just wing it.
You can't host movie night on your phone's hotspot. It's time for real home internet on the Xfinity 10G network. The future starts now. New customers can get 200 megabit Xfinity internet for just $25 a month for 2 years during our Xfinity 10G network launch celebration, now through April 23rd. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
The folks at M&S Auto know that inflation is tough on everybody. If you need an excellent, gently used car or truck, M&S has hundreds of vehicles on the lot on El Camino, just off the Cap City Freeway. M&S customers get great deals and they save thousands. Get a great deal now on super clean 4x4s, including Tacomas, Silverados, and Jeeps, and muscle cars, Challengers, Teslas, Mustangs, and even the occasional McLaren. M&S Auto, msautogroup.com.
coming to you live from the Chase Center. Kings and Warriors, 12:30 tip. The G-Man will have the call for you. Kings Live pregame coming up at noon. Scott Marsh and the High Flyer with you as a Draymond Green sighting in the building. He is warming up. He will be playing in Game 4, but we've got some interesting news about when he will start getting into the game. It won't be in the starting lineup. So we'll talk about that. But first, let's get to the Who's on the Floor report. It's brought to you by Bridgehaven Homes. As we all know, selling your home can be stressful. Bridgehaven Homes, they are the experts in taking all that stress away. Call them at 916-299-6040. That's 916-299-6040. Or visit them at bridgehavenhomes.com. All right, the injury report for the Warriors, Gary Payton, too, who did not play on Thursday night with that ankle. He is probable for tonight. He's been warming up. He's going to play tonight. Jordan Poole, who did play also on Thursday, listed as probable. We know he will play. He's going to be in the starting lineup tonight. Andre Iguodala continues to be out with his wrist for the Kings. Matthew Dellavedova with that broken finger still unavailable for Sacramento. That's your Who's on the Floor report brought to you by Bridgehaven Homes. All right, let's talk about Draymond Green because some late-breaking news from the Warriors. Draymond Green tonight will be back, but he'll be coming off the bench. The Warriors are going to stay with that same starting five of Wiggins, along with Poole, along with the Splash Brothers and Looney that was so effective on Thursday night.
Scott, it's plain and simple. If it isn't broke, don't fix it. You know, the Golden State Warriors found a way to beat the Sacramento Kings, and they did it wire to wire with that group. So why would you want to go back to something to where you just went down 0-2 with? Now you found the solution that worked. Stay with it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many minutes Green plays tonight. And one thing, as you said, that ovation when Green comes back out on the floor, it's going to be deafening.
Oh, no, it's going to be nuts when he step out on that floor because these Golden State Warrior fans really believe in Draymond Green, and whatever he does out there on the floor, they back him.
They do indeed, and it's going to be a raucous crowd, as you know, inside Chase Center. The Kings will have to be ready for that, and obviously as we turn to some of the keys for Sacramento, they've got to get off to a much better start. Their first 5 minutes was not good on Thursday night. They got down. They never took a lead in the game. They've got to be ready to throw some blows early on today.
Yes, they do, Scott, and their attention to detail is going to have to be at an all-time high, too, because, you know, the Golden State Warriors, they definitely smell blood, and it's in the water. So the Kings can't come out lackluster. They can't come out like, okay, this is just another game. They're going to have to come out and hit.
All right, Steve Kerr made some adjustments in Game 3. He substituted Curry out when Davion Mitchell came in each time in both halves. We saw Moody play more minutes. If you're Mike Brown today, any adjustments you'd like to see him make?
I really can't say anything specific. But, you know, Scott, we all know this isn't checkers, it's chess. So we've seen the adjustment, and Kerr has made the adjustment. Now let's see if Mike Brown's going to make another adjustment. That's one of those things to where it gets to be mano a mano against coaches. Coaches are definitely looking at each other, and they're jockeying to see what's going to happen, what's going to go on.
And obviously the Kings need to be aggressive, but at the end of the day, they got to make some shots. I mean, you can't shoot 11 of 47 from downtown and expect to win.
When the rubber hits the road, the Kings three-pointers are definitely going to have to be able to drop. But, Scott, they've been able to win still without shooting the basketball at a very high rate from the three-point line. They have been able to get down into the teeth of the defense for Golden State and score. So understanding that, you just don't live and die by the three. If the three isn't dropping, drive to the basket and get fouled.
Yep. Neither team has shot it very well. We'll see if we get a breakout game on both sides. That's going to do it for Game Day. Henry's always great to work with you, and have a great call this afternoon.
Thank you.
All right. Coming up next, Kings Live pregame. We're getting you ready. It's Game 4, Kings and Warriors. It's coming to you live from the Chase Center. Keep it tuned all afternoon long right here. Sactown Sports, 1140. Have a great day, everybody.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Good morning, Jacob. Welcome in.
Sac Kings fans are the best. I was at Game 2. Every single man in the bathroom at halftime washed his hands. I've never seen that at another sport stadium anywhere in the world.
Way to go, Kings fans. I don't think I would have ever expected it.